Hello and welcome to Mel's World. This is the 13th scenario in the original RollerCoaster Tycoon from 1999, and today we have to get 1,200 guests at the end of year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. Free admission to the park, pay for the rides, you know how it goes. So, starting off, we got a bobsled coaster, we got, I think this is, what, an inverted coaster? Is it going to tell me exactly what it is? Well, maybe not, but we'll go ahead and set our inspection intervals down to 10 minutes like we like to do. And then, of course, we have a couple other rides as well. What is this set to? Beginner's mode. So these actually have a better throughput in intense mode, but if your park's guests don't prefer the higher intensity, then it's not going to work as well. Right now, probably fine to just leave this as is. And then, of course, we have our launched free fall called Blast Off. Getting $3 for that, and it is... Okay, that's not a very high excitement rating, but that seems to be working out pretty well. I don't think there's anything else left. Let's just check. Yep, just those 4 rides. So, 1,200 guests in 3 years, when you start out less than 300. Not exactly a tall order, but we're going to have to make sure that we're on it, so to speak. So, turn off scenery, theming, transport rides, turn off gentle rides, turn off water rides, shops and stalls. Okay, we do have the information kiosk. Do we have one built? No. Okay, well, let's do that immediately. Go ahead and pop that guy right there. You know the drill. $5 umbrellas for everybody. Alright, so we had that, and then I think we got a burger stall and a drink stall, and now we have one of everything. So I'm actually going to leave shops and stalls on, because we're going to want to make sure we have a variety of things to take care of guest wants and needs. But otherwise, roller coasters and thrill rides, easy way to go. We do have a pretty good variety of roller coasters right now, but it's always nice to have other options. And you know what we see right here? Looping roller coaster, like we always do, except last episode. The first one, I'm pretty sure, a couple of you caught on to this, without our little shuttle loops. But we have the ability to go ahead and try to find a place to put our favorite pair of roller coasters. Probably going to end up being back here. We take a look at how this is laid out. If I can get this to play nice with the buildings here, I think... Yeah, this is going to work. Just like this. We'll get rid of some trees, but that's the way it goes. Alrighty. So, you know how this works. Synchronize. Synchronize. I'm going to raise the price on this guy to $3. And we should be good. Go ahead and just open that thing up. Then, of course, we have to connect our pathways. We got this really neat cobblestone path, or whatever they call this. Is it going to tell me what the label is? Footpath. Okay, well, that's not helpful. So, anyway. We'll just get our queues put in place there and there. Good to go. Complaining about guests can't get to the entrance. Well, now we're good. I'm going to hire another mechanic. Let's just go ahead and get up to 5 handymen. That should work out pretty nicely there. You know, I actually haven't taken a look at the stats on this guy. Oh, okay, so Flightmare, intensity of 9.48. And they're only charging $5 for it. They could probably easily get a little bit more, but I don't know what the average guest enters with. $100. All right. Guess what, bucko? You're paying $7 for this now. And they're doing it, so that's going to work. Okay, 6.2. Only charging $3 for this. Well, let's go up to 4, see what happens here. Blast Off is getting $3. We've already established it's not a very exciting ride, but it is kind of neat to have it come out of the ground there. That's kind of fun. Shuttle loops are doing their thing. We also have a bunch of other options for roller coasters we can put our favorite spinning wild mouse design in that somehow I just keep building every single time. Now, if I can have a decent place to pop this thing that's not going to be looking dumb, then that would be nice. But right now, I don't know. I mean, there's different places I could put it, sure, but I would like there to be something that, you know, actually is going to make sense for what we're working with here. Maybe we'll hold off on that. See if we can build another, because we got plenty of space. This is a big park. Looking at just shy of 500,000 square feet in game measurements, at least. $5,000 loan. What's our maximum? 15. Okay. Well, we'll stay at 5. Just to see what we're going to be coming up with. Vertical drop roller coaster. That's a good one. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing on... Well, I guess we can't call it turbo mode because turbo is the 4, but fast speed, for sure. Get some money coming in from running these things and see what we can see. Yeah, so it looks like Quiver's got a very active queue here. We got 27, we got 32 people on the ride. So those are... That's not quite a full thing, but that's... No, it is full at 32. 16 and 16, really? Okay, the bobsled coaster doesn't really have a very high capacity. I remember now. Meanwhile, over here on Flightmare, 32 people. I guess that's a full one, too. Alright, that works. We might want to consider putting some more trash cans down. I see a lot of stuff on the ground. That's not necessarily stuff a trash can's going to necessarily prevent. But it is good to be prepared. Especially once we get more guests in here and they start filling stuff up. Like, look at all this stuff on the ground here. Might actually be a good idea to go ahead and have handyman assigned specifically to this part of the park. Or at least the regular path here. Yeah, so that's what I'll do, is I'll just go right out to the entrance of that tunnel, make sure that whole thing is connected, and it is. Alright, so I guess I have to go grab him and bring him over here. I really don't like using these territories for these guys, because sometimes you can end up with them getting stuck. But as long as they keep stuff clean, then I think that's about all we can expect, reasonably. So we'll leave him to that. Alright, now I did see that we got steeplechase, but I thought it was researching the vertical drop coaster. Did we just miss? Wow, okay. Definitely did. So let's uncheck roller coasters, because I don't think there's really much left to even bother unlocking with this stuff. And our throw ride situation is not really looking super fantastic. But I would love to have a nice big vertical drop coaster somewhere. We've built this guy, I think, a couple of times. And there's some that look kind of crazy. Like, look at that mess, but it's $46,000. I think that's part of the problem with these, is they tend to be pretty expensive. And for whatever reason, we just never really end up making many of these. Well, we can wait and get money. I don't think we're going to have a problem getting to 1,200 guests. It's just doing it in a way that's not just going to be boring watching the same 3 things for an hour, because who wants to see that? Did that say guests are hungry, can't find anywhere to eat? Yes. Well, it said can't find anywhere to buy food. I'm sure they can eat, but we only have the burger bar and the drinks, so I'm just going to put 2 of those right there, right there. Oh, we got the pirate ship. Yeah, there you go. Let's see if we can find decent... We have all this room back here to build giant roller coasters. But I want to make sure we have enough cash first. That's why I'm not doing anything just yet. So it would be really nice to have some better flat rides to fill up space. There's just not that many opportunities for us to put stuff in. I mean, this would work out okay in here. We just have to have our queue and everything in the right spot. So, like, say I did that. So that's going to get rid of the support there. That's kind of unfortunate. I guess we can live with that. I just open that thing up. Pizza stall, there you go. That's what you want to see when you go to the theme park, is get a pizza slice. For probably $45. It would be really cool to have a big wooden roller coaster. We don't have the cash yet, but there's a couple of these that are really... Okay, well, that's the stereotypical default one people make, is the wood chip one. And if they've got something that's not obscenely expensive, that might be kind of neat. Wait, does that have a loop? Hold on. Oh, I forgot. RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, I believe you could put loops in the coasters. Maybe it was one of the expansions for the first one. I don't know, but hey, it's got a loop on a wooden roller coaster. That's a little crazy, but if it works, it works. I kind of like that. Is there any way I can fit this? I guess right here is probably fine. Trying to figure out path-wise. I think this is going to work, but let's just try to attach to these. Can I even see what I'm doing? Okay, so now that's in the way. That's not going to work. But I can go and do my favorite little zigzag here. Guess I'll turn the supports back on. No reason not to, really. Alright, so that one goes in there, and then... Okay, yeah, we can rock with this. Probably the thing I need to do now is actually get this path gone through here. And then I will have this come out here. I know that's not going to line up perfectly, but... Okay, that's like not even close. Now these jokers are going to get lost. There we go. And in we go. That's going to be open. Charge a lot more than, let's say $4 for that. On-ride photos, say $3 because I know they're going to buy it regardless. I'm interested to see. I mean, I know I've done this before. I just forgot that they could do the loop of the wooden coaster like that. That's pretty cool. All right, so what's our... wow, okay, 6.1. That works. Did anyone buy a photo? Wow, they did. They bought 2. Good job. Anyway, now we have this path over here, and we can build some other flat rides or something. Oh, we got go-karts. We got go-karts. So we pop this guy in. Get this out of here. If I have a space that the Mega Track will fit, then that's, okay, you know what? That's actually not terrible to have that right here. Probably not great, but... Now if I move it here... Yeah, then I can have the path just go around it. That works. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to take that out and put another station platform in, because that's going to give us more carts. And instead of 9, we can have 10. And what color is the 10th cart going to be? What color even is that? Light brown. Okay. Is there another one that is light brown, or can we just let that slide? No. Okay, we can make it work. All right. So we have race mode or we have continuous circuit mode. Somebody left a comment on the last video saying that maybe we should change the tracks, like the longer ones in karts and coasters, to instead of race mode, continuous circuit mode. But I like seeing them do races. I think it's probably fine. So we'll just kind of leave this alone. I mean, if it's a super, super long track, then yeah, all right, that makes sense, because then they don't have to sit there while the other guy makes his victory lap on a 1.5 mile long go-kart track. Now, you know what I want to... Okay, that's not going to fit anyway. I was about to say, that would be really impressive if it lined up just perfectly like this, but you and I both know that's not how this works. So what I will do... I know this looks completely ridiculous, and we probably could have done this a whole lot better. But we have an opportunity here. Well, that's a lot of vomit right there. We have an opportunity here to put in some other like stalls and things. Which, if you want pizza, then you know where to go. If you want cotton candy, then you know where to go. If you want something else, like drinks, you know where to go. If you want balloons, let's see if I can get this to line up. There we go. You know where to go. And then if you need to go, well, you know where to go. Stupid bit. Charge 20 cents for the bathroom. There you go. So we've made decent use of this space. Now by putting some stalls here, we can put some other things in this area as well. Go-karts, of course, have been immediately mobbed. 43 people in the queue. Still haven't researched any additional thrill rides except the go-karts, huh? Well, it's a money printer, so that's fine. I'm gonna say we need to permanently assign a handyman to this general area inside the tunnel, and then probably also this entire mess over here. That's probably too big of an area for one handyman, but hey, whatever. That's fine. Are we buying our $5 umbrellas? We absolutely are. Oh, you know what I should have done is in this corner right here, because this would be on 3 sides. I should have made that the information kiosk. You know what? I might still make it the information kiosk. Alright, pizza stall 1. It's time for you to become pizza stall done. They're going to come kill me with hammers is what they're going to do. Pizza time. Where's this going to fit? There we go. And now they can buy their $5 umbrellas. Very conveniently right there. Alright. Cash-wise, we're looking at 13 grand. We already built one other roller coaster. Up to 800 some guests. We're in March year 2. How are things looking over here? Alright, still reasonably popular. I want to put in, like, some sort of decent roller coaster. Compact inverted coaster. What is $33,000? Well, this one might be kind of fun. 9,300 bucks. Can I find a good place to put it? And not just be completely out of my mind. Now the problem is going to be, how do I accurately judge the height of this? I'm not going to be able to get these to play nice with each other, am I? This is probably about the right place for that to be going. This is pathwise. Actually, no, I need to put the entrance and exit in first. Entrance, of course, would be... Wait, is that connecting directly to the path? Yes, it absolutely is. Well, in that case, this has to go away. Wait a second. If I demolish it, I get $11,751. What did it cost to build? Okay. Alright. I thought that maybe I was going to be finding an infinite money thing, because I saw the 9,000 something, but that was the cost in the menu. There's so many more supports here that's not going to work. Oh, wow. I turned this way, and all of a sudden we have a ton of extra space. Can I get this to... Ooh, okay, well, that's not great, but... I gotta figure out... Is there gonna be... I guess this works? If I can get the pathing in correctly. Alright, let's do that. Make the lift hill a little bit quicker just so we can put people through faster. You know the drill. So now what has to happen is this has to go all the way down to... That is too low. Ah. Okay, so it is going to have to go down underneath and then back up. Okay. Well, we'll make it work. See who wants to ride this thing. It's a lot of inversions. How many inversions does this have? Only 7, okay. Well, they're going to ride it. So that's going to hide in the corner here. That works just fine. Go-karts once again doing go-kart things. Queue time 16 minutes. And we have our $11,000 again. I guess we're printing money at this point. Who's buying... wow, okay. 448 on-ride photos. Now we got fries. Got a dancing French fry guy up on the top of that thing. Well, burgers and fries. Name a more iconic duo. So we'll put that guy right next to Burger Bar 1. Look at all this... Ugh. There's a bunch of nasty on the ground here. Alright, 10 handymen. 5 mechanics. That ought to help. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff on the ground. That's pretty gross. So what are we still researching? Still thrill rides? Yeah, I'm going to cut off shops and stalls. I don't think we're going to need any more different ones. Things going pretty well over here. Probably should have another couple of things to do in this area. And depending on how we want to route this, I'm pretty sure I can... get this to... oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That is going to work out splendidly well. Get that nice circular connection. I know it already goes underground, but it's going to be nice to have this be an option. You want the underground route? You want the overground route? Motion simulator. Okay, I don't care about that at all. The swing inverter ship is regrettably also a ship that exists. I think it's probably not necessary to have too much more going on over here, but I am very interested in having this actually, you know, be a decent park here. So we'll give them some more options. What was this last, okay, things breaking down. We don't care about that. Paths are, hopefully going to get cleaned up a little bit better. How are we doing here? Okay, still full. It's a very long queue to get on this thing. But not really too much I can do about that. It's probably okay. We do have a motion simulator should we choose to build one. So there's only 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, is it actually going to fill up? Alright. So I was a little hasty judging hijack over here. Shuttle loops. Are we shuttle looping? 2556 and 2266. So they're still pretty popular. Yeah, it has more total customers than the Quiver does. What about our Mega Track? 250... Yeah, okay, this is, Probably too long. .3D Cinema, another terrible ride. So maybe there's just not that much better stuff out there in the thrill ride category in this map. Well, queue time is 13 minutes. I probably could shorten the queue, but I don't think they're really complaining. Never mind. The only thoughts about the ride are complaining about the length of the queue. Well, I mean, I can just make it a one-lap race, but what's the fun in that? It would increase throughput, though. Alright, and it's still medium excitement of 4.87. Shuttle loops keep breaking down. Stop that. Transport ride? Oh, no. No. we will not be researching transport rides. That is not a ride that needs to exist. Chairlift? Really? I mean, I really don't see a need for a transport ride. I guess if you really wanted to, you could just go straight through the back, but guests in this game don't really use the transport rides for transportation. They just say, hey, it's a ride, I'm going to get on the ride. And then they accidentally end up on the other side of the park. It would be nice if they would actually use them for transportation, though. That would be pretty cool. Chairlift. I mean, at this point, we have an obscene quantity of cash. We haven't beaten the guest count, though. So maybe, maybe it is worth putting in, some more stuff. I kind of want to make one of these crazy expensive coasters. Just because we can. We got 20 grand cash. Building on this terrain is going to cost more money, of course, but if there is one of these that doesn't look completely stupid, this one's 20,006. Now, this actually wouldn't be a terrible place for it, I don't think. But it would be really fun to have these interact with each other. I don't think it's going to want to play nice, though. Oh. Well, this will work here, but... Does this even have... Okay, this does have a vertical drop. Alright, so I got one. There, that'll work. That'll work just fine. Default this to $4. We're already printing as much money as we could possibly spend, so I guess that's going to be fine there. And then I might as well have this come out to the exact place of the exit of this other ride here. What are we missing in our stuff? Okay, Ferris wheel. How bad does your research and development section have to be to not invent a Ferris wheel until after they've invented 10 types of roller coasters? Hey, we put this wheel on a thing and we put people on it. Wow, it's genius. Congratulations, you're promoted. Well, one cool thing you can do with Ferris wheels is you can put a whole bunch of them in a row in like a neat color scheme and then just have the entrance on one side and the exit on the other and just perfectly fine. But I think I like the idea of just having one just to have one. So, there you go. Little Ferris wheel in the corner. It's October year 2, and we're at 1,000 guests, so that's looking good. We are debt-free, and now we can just exploit our profits to generate more guests coming in. You know, I didn't take a look at the, okay. There's a lot of these little, helix-type deals for a coaster that's not that intense. Well, as long as the guests like it, then I guess that's what matters. I see a lot of vomit on the paths over here. Walking, walking, walking. How much are we spending on staff wages? $9.60 a month. Okay. But if you're not building a $22,000 roller coaster, then you're actually making a pretty tidy profit. All that being said, there is a just abhorrent quantity of vomit on the paths here. This guy is... Okay, we can just add this to his little patrol area here. In fact, I'm going to unmark the rest of this area. And we're going to keep him confined to this general spot. Hopefully we can keep that a little bit cleaner that way. Spiral slide. We invented a slide. Oh, it is very funny to me. I know it is just the order in which you tell them to research different types of things, but the absurdity of thinking, wow, we have this huge theme park that has a whole bunch of people in here. You know what we don't have? You know what we've never thought of before? Gravity on an inclined plane. Oh, it's genius. Meanwhile, roller coasters are doing their whole thing with gravity. Like, oh, no, yeah. Give some kid a burlap sack and shove him off the top of a thing. Oh, here you go. I was trying to think, what kind of roller coaster is even left? Oh, suspended swinging coaster. Is that the little tiny one? No, it's this one. I never liked this. And I said that every time it comes up. I probably ought to just build one. Be done with it. Regurgitator. that's a name for a roller coaster right there. What'd you do? Oh, I rode the Regurgitator. Oh, that's so dumb. Is this going to be in a decent spot if I put that there? Or can I possibly get this to play nice with... Ooh. Okay, no, that's too high. Too high. But it would be pretty funny to have roller coasters, like, interact with each other like this. Okay, if I flip it... I don't know that that's actually better. But now I am curious. Is there any universe in which these can interact with each other? Probably not to the degree that I would want them to. Yeah, but we could get... Probably, if I just swallowed my pride and shoved this thing in the corner over here, probably could pretty easily do that. Alright, let's flip that back again. We'll just do that. Regurgitator. What a name. What a name. Alright, so I'm just going to bring the path down like this. Ah. Regurgitator in the way. Ah, yes. Regurgitator in the way. I love custom paths, said no one ever. Is this going to even let me build anything else? No. Regurgitator in the way. How am I supposed to get my... thing out of here? Wait a second. Is that building through the... Is that building through the roller coaster? It absolutely is. How is this allowed? How? What in the world is going on here? Alright. So I'm going to have to go... I'm really going to have to go... No, I can't because Regurgitator's in the way. Wow, this reminds me of like the last one we were doing where Regurgitator wasn't in the way, but the train was in the way. It wasn't the last one, that was a couple episodes ago, but these things stick with you. Nope, Regurgitator in the way. So I'm really going to have this go up. Really? This is where the isometric view kind of betrays you in a game like this, because you can't really tell, can't really get a handle on how slopes are supposed to work. I'm gonna move the exit to... Actually, it might not work there. But if it works there, I just have to, absolutely have to get this connected somewhere. Alright, let's do this. Then what I will do is just connect that like that. Alright, Regurgitator. $4. Come regurgitate. Did they immediately turn around? Okay. Now, we do have the option to do airplane cars, but that's not what this coaster is in the spirit of. Oh, I also need to expand our path sweeper here. There we go. Put in a trash can or two. Alright, $5 umbrella time. Yeah, look at them go. Well, actually, most of these people already have umbrellas, so that hasn't been an issue. What's the queue time on this now? 10 minutes. Okay, so that's marginally improved. We're still only at 1,100 guests, which is wild to me with all these roller coasters we brought in. I guess, is this going to be a scenario where we're going to have to advertise? I mean, I've got the cash to do it. I just never really care to do that. Alright. Let's just light money on a fire. Advertise for the park. Regurgitator. There you go. Come regurgitate. It'll bring more guests in, regardless. I know there are scenarios as we get further into the game where it's going to be basically impossible to win without advertising. I just never really cared to keep up with the mechanic at all. Corkscrew roller coaster. There's no more thrill rides. So this is basically the compact inverted coaster, but with, I think, fewer track elements available to you. And there is, of course, a... there's one of... These custom designs are hilarious. There's one of these custom designs that's literally just a half corkscrew, and that's it. That's one of those things that they use to cheese during speedruns. But I don't really feel like doing that. And it's not saved in here. I was going to see if that was... Well, now we're at 1,200 guests, so I guess that worked. And there's plenty of roller coasters, so the guest cap should be quite high. These, U0258, my favorite ride. Let's bring these guys in. I know we're not going to make any money if they're not riding it anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's free. Bumper cars. This is actually... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Bumper cars is actually a pretty decent ride in terms of guest throughput if you make it a really, really short one. So let's see. I'm going to just put this right in the corner. So time limit 1 minute, 0 seconds. They don't really seem to care, so I'm just going to do 30 seconds. 12 cars, bumper cars, think some versions of the game call this dodgems. But there will be no dodging here. And then here we go. Now, get on Bumper Cars 1. The glorious techno music. Probably doesn't even qualify as techno, honestly. Dodgems Beat by Alistair Brimble, apparently. There you go. Move your cars around and ram into each other. Have fun. All these roller coasters are doing really well. Free rides are free. Got a bunch of vomit on the path. No spaghetti in sight. Well, we have an obscene quantity of cash. Let's just hire more handymen. Throw money at problems. That solves everything always. It does not solve everything. In fact, it rarely solves anything. Long term, at least. Observation tower, kind of a pointless ride. I just want them to clean up the barf. Because that affects the park rating. You know, our park rating is only 999. Can't be having that. Can't be having all this stuff everywhere. Well, I guess if we're going to be real picky about it, I can just manually put one of these guys over there and he'll clean up all of it on his way out to, I don't know, go play Xbox in the storage shed or something. I don't know, did I tell the story before? There is a local theme park. Very, very local theme park. When I was growing up, that was, I guess, kind of infamous for hiring anyone with a pulse. So I had a lot of friends in high school who worked there. And you get to learn secrets of the very shady theme park industry. It's like, yeah, well, they had me working on bumper boats in December. No one's riding the bumper boats. We just played Halo in the shed for like 5 hours, and then we went home. All right, well, cool. First of all, why were the bumper boats open in December when it was 25 degrees outside? That's what I want to do when it's cold outside, is I want to go ride little weed-eater motor-powered bumper boats in a pool outside. For non-Americans, 20 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius, is a very inappropriate temperature at which to be in a bumper boat that you can shoot water at other people from. Cheshire Cats. What in the world? Oh, that's vehicles for the car ride. All right. Well, we're already in September year 3 anyway, so I think I don't know about you, but 1,500 I think is more than 1,200, and 25 grand cash is not too shabby either. Company value 323-ish thousand. So there you go. We got a bunch of roller coasters. We just finished the advertising campaign for Regurgitator and for the park. And that's about all she wrote. So we'll go ahead and do our end of episode fun here. You know the drill. Appreciate you guys being here, making these videos possible. Just powering through RollerCoaster Tycoon. We got plenty left. Don't worry. Not stopping anytime soon. But it is nice to be able to just enjoy doing stuff without having to chase the algorithm. Which Beard Boosters, of course, you know, are largely responsible for that with their support of the channel. So really appreciate you folks. You see your name scrolling on the screen. Really could not do it without you. So genuinely, thank you for the support. Thank you for making it possible for us to have a good time here and not just do the same 3 things over and over and over and over and over again until the cows come home. So we've got plenty more coming. We've got Timberborn Update 6 on the main branch coming out on Thursday the 10th. So we will, of course, be starting a new series there. That's going to be a really fun one. And then we have all sorts of other fun stuff going to get back into as well. So as we approach the end of this scenario, just wanted to make sure we acknowledged all of the fantastic contributions that make these videos possible. But here we go. We won with an objective company value of $329,913. Put our name in the scenario chart, and then that's all she wrote. We'll see you next time, whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day. Stay safe, have fun, and we will see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.